2019 marks the 10-year anniversary of the Cattle Feeders Hall of Fame. It recognizes the people who devote their careers to improving production practices. This year, 4 individuals were honored by the Hall of Fame at a ceremony in New Orleans.
Well, it's really surprising when they called me and told me about it. I always felt there were so many better people than what I was, because I'm just one person in what Superior has done. When we first started, we had big cameras and big recorders, and we traveled a lot, and today you can do it on a cell phone just as easy as far as getting the pictures and showing it. Actually, back in '77 when we started, the older rancher, they jumped right on it because they had went through times that they never had a buyer. The younger ranchers were a little harder to convince, but it only took about a year, maybe 2 years, where they seen what was going on, and it just continued to grow from there. As we were able to ship cattle to most of the major feeders, it was such a great privilege to have them come back and give us data that the cattle had performed so well, they didn't have the death losses. And not just one feedlot, so many of them would come back and share that with us. And I think that was the best thing that ever came out of it, in my opinion. When we started, especially in this state of Louisiana, that there was a lot of conflict as far as the livestock markets not wanting us to be part of it. I had a call one day from our representative in Louisiana, and he said, "Jim, you got to be here in the morning. They're having a meeting at the State House, and they're going to stop us from selling cattle on the video." So I was there in Baton Rouge that next morning. Everybody got up and told why we shouldn't be selling them. I got up and told them what I thought we should do, and they said, "Well, we're going to have to form an investigating committee and come up with what we're going to do. Mr. Odle, would you chair that?" And I think that was one of the best memories I had about coming back here to Louisiana.
We created a special business system at Friona rather than just having a commodity system where you're at the whim of everyday market moves and don't know whether they're coming or going. So this is about creating a business structure that allows you to plan and to significantly impact the quality of the product, delivery of the product. So it makes total sense to me. And now our company produces about 5% of the fed kill in the U.S. We started after the Beef Advantage project with McDonald's. We started to more thoroughly investigate a relationship with Cargill where we would deliver the raw material for a branded product. It started very slowly. We took a half of a feed yard and put cattle in and showed them what we could do and what that guaranteed delivery meant to their system. And all of a sudden, instead of not knowing what was coming through the door every day at Cargill, they knew exactly what was coming through the door. So they could get months in front and say, "We have this product for you, retailer, coming at this schedule. We can contract that all the way out." Well, the retailer said, "Boy, that's what I've been waiting for. We're going to do that." So once that was in place, then the dominoes start to fall, and you can put pieces on that system. You can add the stocker operator. You can add genetics from the cow-calf operator. You can do a lot of things once that system's in place. As I said on the stand, it took 17 years from stem to stern for us to really understand what we were trying to get to and build a system around it. But I will say that every piece of that puzzle had to be put together. I mean, you can't shortcut this deal in the cattle business. If you're going to vertically align the system, you have to get to every piece. The stocker operator, the cow-calf guy and his genetic quality, the cattle feedlot, the packer, and the retailer food service. You have to have all those people say, "This is a differentiated product and we're going to support that in the marketplace."
Bill Foxley was also inducted into the Hall of Fame for his lifetime service at Foxley Cattle Company. And Jesse Ramirez of Brookover Feed Yard in Garden City, Kansas, was honored with the Arturo Armendariz Distinguished Service Award.